Hi everyone, my name is Sumaya Ahmed and I am the Virtual Content Specialist for 7th grade science. In this video, I will share some strategies to help students develop visual literacy skills while learning science content. So visual literacy is important in science because visuals can have unique information that is not present in a text. They can represent information from the text in an organized way that's easier for students to understand. It can increase retention of information and student engagement and spark classroom discussions based on the visuals. And it is especially helpful for English language learners who need differentiated literacy supports. So the following examples show some skills we can teach students to use while identifying or analyzing a visual or graphic. So these are specific terminology that we can use to ask students questions related to a visual. So we can start by introducing visual literacy terminology, and here are some examples. So first, we can start with introducing the title, which is a name or short description of the graphic. There can be labels for an image, which can be used to describe an object or part of an object. There can be a key. A lot of graphs and images in science have keys, which relate to a symbol, which matches words on the graph or image. There can be zoom in or cutaways, which are graphics which show the inside or outside of an object, and that provides even further information. There can be arrows, which can show movement or describe a specific part of the graphic. And additionally, there can be colors, which can show the differences within an image. For example, when you're showing differences in temperature or the colors used to differentiate parts of a key. There can be bolded terms, which can be used for either a title or a label. There can be cross sections, which can be used in science to show the inside of an object as well, similar to a cutaway. And there can be 3D images that show depth, which can also be helpful for understanding scientific visuals. So again, this is helpful to show to students these specific words so they understand what to look for when they are looking at a visual. For example, ask them to look for a key, ask them to look for arrows that show movement, or zoom-ins or cutaways that show further information from the visual. Next, we can practice visual literacy strategies using the terminology that they learned. So for example, one way we can do this is by presenting an image or visual and having students create a unique title or caption or label for the image. So we have one example here. It has no title. We can ask students create a title for this image or create a label for this image. This way they know what a title and label of an image looks like. Another example would be to give the students a text and have them create a graphic for it based on the information on the text. So this would be kind of the reverse of this one, where you have a section of text and they will create their own graphic or visual based on their understanding of this. And this can be used for a classroom discussion. You can compare images. And even for this one, this can also be used for a classroom discussion. You can compare captions, look at the similarities and differences of the captions and titles students come up with, and maybe vote on the best one for the image. So it can be also used as a method of collaboration with students. Another example would be to have students label a mind map or graphic using relevant vocabulary terms. So I use this strategy frequently with my students because it helps with the vocabulary acquisition, and this mind map is from the Mosamac curriculum, which is very helpful because they have a wide variety of science concept mind maps with accompanying vocabulary terms, although you can use any image and add in any vocabulary words of your own. So while in person, I used to have students cut out these vocabulary words and paste them to a mind map that was already printed out. So it's it was a much more tangible experience. However, now, since it's virtual, I like using this platform called Google Jamboard. So I start with reviewing these vocabulary words. I have students read them out loud. And then I do one completed example so they can drag and drop the vocabulary words to the location that they think best fits the image. So this can be used for a visual, it can be used for a vocabulary lesson, and you can see students as they're filling the mind map if you assign each one a different Jamboard, or you can do it as a whole with the class. So to summarize, helping students learn strategies to analyze visuals and graphics can increase their engagement and understanding of science content. This is especially helpful if you start by introducing the visual literacy terminology to students. So terms like the key, the label, the zoom ins, the arrows would be helpful for students to know. And then guide them through analyzing the visuals or graphics. Thank you.